I came back in 2012. So it's been more
2012.
than 10 years now.
Why did you come back?
Singapore changed a lot. So that's definitely a learning curve. Why I came back was mainly because of the kids. I always wanted to have more than two kids. I had two in the US and my third one was born here. I wanted to have four kids. So I knew that it's close to impossible for me to be able to, lead the kind of life I was leading over there and have more than two. I think two was already a huge stretch. And it doesn't help that my son, who's my first one, was always sick. So every month when he was sick, I would have to take time off to go home or pick him up from daycare because I don't have family and I don't have a helper. So it was all me. And at the time, my husband was working in San Francisco, which is about an hour's drive. So, and I was working in close to my house as well as the daycare. So I was mainly the caregiver for my son, and having two was a really big struggle there. I had to wake up at 5 to prepare my son, so that he'll be ready for drop off at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and then 7 a.m. I see my first patient. I get off of work about 5, and I had to make sure that I'm not late because in the US they'll basically leave your baby on the curb if you're going to be late. It was a struggle because when I come home I have to cook. Sometimes at lunchtime I come home just to cut up vegetables to prepare for dinner so that I can cook quickly at dinner because feed the baby and then shower the baby and clean up afterwards. It's actually, I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I know I cannot fall sick even though I was stretching myself so much. So at the time, I just thought, you know what, if I want to have a third kid, I really need to move back to have the village to help and to have maybe a helper.